Thanks to the support as a channel member, Tildesley95. Here we go then, boys and girls. New season, brand new looking team, new attack. Please, can we go and score some goals and have a fun promotion season? That's what we're looking for. We'll have a fun season. Hello and welcome to part 85 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode of our first two games of the new National League season. We're away against Solihull. We're at home against Worthing. And I've decided we're going to win both the games, win the league with ease, and it's all going to be lovely. Maybe. I'm really happy with the team that we've put together. I hope it's as good as I think it is. I think all of the players we brought in on free transfers improve the position that they come in, and they're nicely spread out throughout the team. I think the loans are good additions to the squad. The big question mark is Callum Larkin any good? I look at him playing in that advanced forward role and think, yeah, he probably should be. But then I look and see that he only scored 12 goals last season and try and remind myself that he spent the first half of the year out wide. So actually it's 20 goal contributions in a team where he was playing out of position and the team was struggling for a lot of the season. But then I look at his previous record and it's actually his best goal scoring return ever as well, his best average rating ever. And maybe he's not actually any good. I am hoping I am wrong actually hoping that I'm right and it turns out he is good and he can have a 30 goal season, because if he can, with the two new boys out wide to support him and the more solid midfield and defence we've got behind that, I think we've got a real good chance of having a very good season. What we don't need is a goalkeeper on the bench. That's the work of a coward. So Solihull, who we play first, are expected to be in a relegation battle as well. This is going to be a good marker of how this season might go for us. So, our new look team, Perini in goal, a back four of new boy Towner Folks, new boy Yoshihama, and Wiles and Hayball, who were both here last year. Yoshihama's only 5'10". We've got him on a cover instruction. He should be fine. He should be fine. We've got Murray, new boy Murray at the base of the midfield, with Scowen back in central midfield after a year gallivanting on the wing again, alongside new boy Edgar as a playmaker, and then new boys Scanlon and Kelleher out wide and Larkin up front. And we want goals out of Larkin. We want goals out of everybody. We just want to look like a good team. That would be super duper. If we could look like a good team, then I will be a happy chap come the end of this episode. So let's get the team submitted and hopefully get out there and let the world know that Wembley have decided they're going to the Football League, because of course the Football League means turning professional, and turning professional means all our financial worries will be over forever, right? Oh, you can see my big roll of bubble wrap behind me as well. That's nice. Should we get that out of shot? I'm packing up my office, moving house very soon. New look office incoming. But yeah, you don't need to sit and look at the bubble wrap when you could be looking at my beautiful new posh shirt, which is hung up behind me. Still 0-0 as we hit, not even halfway through the first half. But Solihull, I've got the ball under very little pressure. See, that's why I want a gegenpress. I don't like giving them all of that time and space there to just have the ball. It's very upsetting to me. And goodness me, it nearly led to a goal as well. But I think we've got a lot of high energy, pacey, mobile forwards now, and midfielders. I mean, Scowen definitely could do a good job at that as well. But all five of them could really start to hassle and put some pressure on opposition defenders and just stop letting them have the ball for as long as we let them have the ball for. Larkin's through on goal here. First big test for him as our new centre forward, and Larkin scores. Oh, it's going to be a good season, boys and girls. It's, it says it's a counter-attack. It was very much route one. It's come from Perini's kick, and I think we get the flick on from Edgar, or he might not have even touched it. That might even be straight from Perini. But Larkin sends the keeper the wrong way. Very confident finish from him, and hopefully the start of it is an assist for Perini. Hopefully the first of many for Larkin. He certainly looked confident applying that finish. Right, Edgar plays it back to Yoshihama, and now Wiles, one of the few survivors from last season's defence. Yoshihama looking to play the ball over the top and doesn't really have anyone chasing onto it, which is a little bit of a shame. And we've got mobile runners now. Get them chasing in behind. Use your pace. That's we just want to be hitting. We want to be hitting teams on the counter attack. We want to be using our pacey attackers the way we already have once in this match. But they've got in behind us here, although we've come back to cover nicely, and Scowen doing some good defensive work, but it's not enough. And Solihull have equalised. I mean, Scowen does a very good job chasing around, but doesn't actually get the tackle in, does he? He's back playing as a ball-winning midfielder this year, where he spent the whole year in our promotion year. I thought he'd given away a penalty, but he didn't. He somehow managed to knock over their player, not win the ball, not foul the player, and we still conceded a goal. So, not ideal. Not an ideal performance as a ball-winning midfielder, but we know he's done it before. He's done a very good job at it before. So, I think he'll be fine. He's an all-purpose midfield player. Larkin's come very deep here, but he's trying to get the counter-attack going on his own. He's done some good centre-forward play there, holding the ball up, and now we release Kelleher for a first look at him going forward. He plays it back to Scowen, and now Edgar has got Larkin in behind the back four again, and he's scored again. Oh, my goodness me, boys and girls. The striker we wanted was here all along. He just needed time to settle in and the right players around him. Remember, when he wasn't playing out of position last year, he was playing without any wingers, without an attacking central midfielder. We basically had a bunch of ball-winning midfielders and fullbacks out wide. It's no wonder he wasn't scoring as many goals as we thought he would. But now he's got some actual attacking players around him. That little triangle of Scanlon, Kelleher and Edgar, their entire role in the team is create chances for Larkin. We've got the solid base of Murray and Scowen in midfield. We've got fullbacks who can get forward. Hayball playing at fullback again. What a time to be alive. Oh, I'm enjoying myself. This team is playing as well as I thought we were going to play, which is excellent stuff. I mean, remember, Solihull are a team who are supposed to be in a relegation battle as well. But remember, so are we. So that doesn't mean we're not very good just because they're supposed to get relegated too. Right, Matthew McLeod. He's 6'4". Do we stick him out wide as a wide target man, or do we put Larkin out wide even though he's on a hat-trick? I think we've got to go with the big boy in the middle, haven't we? Larkin can move out onto the wing, and we've learnt nothing from last year, clearly. Robinson can come on to sit at the base of the midfield. And we're going to offer some praise because this has been an excellent performance for the first day of the season. And I certainly want to have a look at McLeod, because if McLeod at 6'4" can be a lovely little aerial threat for me for a month, I'll enjoy that very much. We might even play with two strikers for some of the month. New boy Robinson can come on at right back as well. I mean, he's certainly more defensively sound than Hayball is, as we're trying to defend a 1-goal lead going into the final 10 minutes. Leave him in there to do a bit more proper defending, but the substitutions seem to have killed off any kind of highlights happening. There you go. Robinson comes across to get the tackle in. Yoshihama gives it back to Robinson, and now Edgar to Scowen. No one seems particularly keen to get the ball forward. I want to have a look at McLeod. The thing is with McLeod being up there is he's then a different kind of striker again. It removes the running in behind. Although he's trying to get in behind. He has got in behind and doesn't score. I wonder if Larkin had still been playing centre forward, does Larkin have his hat-trick there? I don't think he minds too much that he's moved out wide for the last 20 minutes of this game. He's certainly given a strong message that he's going to be our centre forward for the season to start things off. I'm a little bit worried about Robinson twice there because he swung his foot wildly here and missed the ball completely, and then he's come back and given a penalty away. He was brought on to be the defensive change. We might have dropped 2 points here by taking off Hayball, and we have. Fantastic. After all that, just the 1 point. After all the nice things I said about these boys, we're let down by our former Manchester City most experienced player, who created all the problems for himself there. Hideous. Well, we can't be conceding 94th minute goals if we're going to be in a promotion push. That's for sure. I guess we need to have a reality check and get back to just trying to avoid relegation, which is what we're supposed to be doing all along. Let's go play Worthing. Remember, Worthing came up with us 2 years ago, so I don't know how good they are. Where did they finish last year? They finished in 15th place, so we finished above them. We should beat them. We've made another signing. This one might not be so good as the previous ones. Cambridge letting us down with their rejects again. Donovan Sharpin, he's a striker, can also play central midfield. He's not very good at scoring goals or running. He's kind of tall but can't head. He's just not very good at football. This is the problem when we've already used up all of our scouting budget. We just couldn't scout him. We took a gamble on him, and he's rubbish. He's just not very good. But we gambled on him based on the fact he got 9 goals last season. I mean, he can live in and around the squad. The team doesn't change. I think we played very well for large parts of that previous match, and fingers crossed we can do the same again against Worthing. If we can get more goals out of Larkin, then I'm going to start to get very, very excited. I hope it just wasn't a one-off bit of fun against a team that are probably going to finish bottom, because they weren't very good, and even then we couldn't beat them. But Larkin, getting in behind them twice was very, very exciting, and hopefully he can do the same again a couple of times today. We're having a couple of early corners here for a little bit of early pressure. Unfortunately, that one is straight into the hands of the Worthing keeper, and it remains 0-0. This is I was going to say our first home game of the season, but of course we are still down at Dulwich Hamlet. As you can see, still nobody turns up. Oh, good. I'm glad that noise has just started. Let's close my window, shall we? Goodness me. Sounds like someone's out there with a chainsaw, which is a little alarming when I'm recording videos because it doesn't sound very good. Right, Scowen is going to try and do a long throw. Wiles flicks it on, and now Scanlon. I mean, what's gone on there? That was a strange little move. Wiles has ended up scoring off the back of it. I don't really know what Scanlon was doing. He just kind of danced around with the ball for a minute and didn't really seem to know what to do, but Wiles definitely knew what to do with it. This was really good work from Wiles initially to give it to Scanlon, but it looks like Murray almost tries to tackle him, and then he tries to curl one into the far post, but Yoshihama, it's the back of his head, comes back to Wiles, and Wiles, with a lovely finish for a centre-back, get him playing up front. I mean, how tall is Wiles? He'd be, I think he's 6'1", 6'2". Let's have a look at him. 6'1". Get him up there as a strike partner for Larkin. Finishing of 3. I mean, we've just seen evidence that his finishing is considerably better than 3. So it was a lovely finish from him. And we go 1-0 up. And Murray doing good work to win the ball back in midfield. Larkin trying to release Edgar, who charged forward on his run. Unfortunately, the pass was cut out. And now Worthing with a deep cross, and Hayball this time not able to prevent the goal coming. I think right back might be a weakness for us at the moment. Hayball once again suffering from the fact he can't really defend. He is our captain. I love him. I love the way he bombs forward, but we're asking him to play as a fullback rather than his normal attacking wing back, so he's not going to be bombing forward as much. And defensively, he is weak. But we saw that Robinson, who came on for him, didn't look much better. There's Hayball again losing his marker. Can anyone play right back? We might need a right back. This is troublesome. But the good news is the noise outside has gotten even louder. I think I don't know what they're doing. That's like they're digging up the road. I think we've got a brief reprieve from it with my window shut as well. But it got very, very loud for a minute there. Goodness me. Right, still 1-1. We now need to get the game finished before the noisiness gets any closer to where I'm sitting. I tell you what, good job we're moving house. It's so noisy around here at the moment. They're digging up the road to put fibre in, I think. We've already got fibre. Why does anyone else need it? I've already got it. That is a lovely cross from Scanlon. Kelleher is there, and that is a beauty of a goal. I love scoring that goal. Kelleher's first ever goal for us. It's a lovely deep cross. This is what happens when you have proper wingers in the team, I guess. Yoshihama plays it forward to Scanlon, who just first time hits the deep cross to the far post. It's perfect, that cross. Kelleher, completely unmarked, just loops his header up over the goalkeeper. It's 2-1 just before half-time. And we're a good team. We've seen evidence of it in 2 matches so far. Certainly our first 11 is good. Now, the question is, have we got the strength in depth? Because obviously we are still operating on tiny, tiny budgets compared to everybody else. We've got 3 players called Robinson on the bench. How has that been allowed to happen? But we saw in the last match when we had to make the substitutions, we did weaken the team. And that is probably the issue that we're going to have that we don't really have as much strength in depth as the other teams around us. Obviously, with us being part-time, surrounded by full-time teams, fitness is going to be an issue for us as well. Cross-country, that's a lovely corner. It falls to Scanlon, who just puts it back into the danger area again, and now Yoshihama plays it into Kelleher, who's already got 1 goal today, and he seems to be better with a first-time header than he is when he's got time to pick his spot, because if he was picking his spot there, I hope his spot was somewhere in the car park and that wasn't his attempt at scoring a goal. Right, Scowen is going to come off for Robinson. We're also going to take off Larkin and bring on McLeod, leave the 2 wingers on, and let McLeod have another go up front. Remember, McLeod's only here for a month, just really to make up the numbers, and he didn't look particularly impressive in the last match, and if he doesn't impress in this one either, I'll probably stop worrying about getting him on the pitch because he goes back to Scotland in a couple of weeks. But once again, we make the substitutions, let them back into the game, although that one's been disallowed. So maybe we can hold on to the 3 points today, because I think we might end up ruining these dropped points later in the season, because we've been the better team in both of these matches. Right, we're going to bring Damon on the left. Scanlon can have a 10-minute rest at the end of the game. And fingers crossed we can hold on. We're just edging it on XG. As it stands, we're 9th in the league, which would be, I mean, we'd take that as a finishing position. Obviously, we want to be in a promotion race, but we also have to be realistic. We're not good enough to be in a promotion race. But being in the top half of the table is a nice step in the right direction. Kelleher has got a counter-attack going here, but can't find McLeod. And I wonder if Larkin's on the pitch, do we look to play that in behind for him to run onto? And maybe then not concede another late goal. Is this our fitness? Is this a Worthing full time? Is this going to be the theme of this season? Are they full time? No, they're semi-pros. Well, we can't even use that as an excuse today. But that's 2 matches, 2 goals, 90 minutes or later. That's robbed us of 4 points. Potentially even more, because we might be about to concede a third, because it is Worthing with the corner, and that's a penalty. That's 2 95th minute penalties as well. We're architects of our own destruction at the moment. We're a good team, but we've lost our minds late on in both matches. We should have 6 points on the board here, and we've got 1. Maybe this season isn't going to be as fun as I hoped it would be. I don't want to talk about what's just happened. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.